joint venture between a big Thai company
Yeah.
and then 3 shareholders here in Denmark.
Okay, so you're shareholder.
Yeah, so it's a listed company, if you can say it like this. We started the business with CPF as a company in 2005, where 52% of the shares is on the Thai side, 48% of the shares is on the Danish side. CPF is one of the biggest companies in Thailand with a turnover today of probably more than $45 billion. So we are a drop in the ocean in Scandinavia. We started out the business selling into the supermarkets, the Thai cubes you probably know,
Yes.
which is a small part of our business, but we are also doing cooked and processed chicken, and we are also doing raw chicken, which is going into either food service or the industry.
Restaurants.
Yeah, restaurants. So one customer is Hørkram or Dansk Cater, AB Catering or BC Catering.
Yes.
The area we are covering is the Scandinavian market. That means it's Denmark, Norway, Sweden and Finland. We are selling a little bit today in Germany as well. And we have other markets which we have developed recently. Is Poland, Hungary and the Czech Republic. And then we have Greece as well. So it's not naturally geographic set up like this, but CP has offices in other countries in Europe.
And how do you select this?
It's a little bit virgin markets, so if nobody else is interested, we can get permission to enter these markets and then develop the business.
Okay. Can we ask that when you started, how you choose the products? That which kind of products would you like to sell here in
Scandinavia?
Yeah.
So when we started the company, we have been in the meat business
Yes.
before. So when we started the company, we actually merged the old company with CP,
Okay.
where the activities was going forward. So we had a customer base when we started, and we have been in the meat business always. So we choose the chicken business, which was lying straightforward to us.
And can I ask that with this old company, how long have you been working? And it was.
We started the old company in 2002.
So it was for like
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years. And when we started, the business was relatively small, and today we have a relatively big business.
Yeah, of course. And so then you don't have your own factory and farms. You deliver them from Thailand.
Yeah, so the mother company
Yeah, the mother company.
owns the farms.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and the feed mills. And I don't know whether you want to see the movie now. That is maybe explaining better what the mother company is doing.
Yeah.
So it's maybe easier to understand how we develop the business here. It's, it's a 7-minute movie which will explain to you what the CP group is doing. If I can get this here to work. It seems like it.
Daewoo Hokkapang Food Public Company Limited, or CPF, the leading agro-industry and food processing business in Thailand, is one of the leading chicken meat producers, concerned with non-toxic, quality standards and safety throughout the process of domesticated animal production. CPF develops its excellent chicken breed according to natural methods by careful selection from great-grandparent stock, then grandparent, and finally parent breeders to produce an excellent broiler with large, strong structure that is naturally fast-growing without the use of synthetic hormones, has expert nutritionists to research, develop, and produce the optimum animal feed formulas for each stage of chick development. The feed is made from raw materials that are selected for cleanliness, freshness, and high-quality nutrition, and safety tested under international export standards conditions, controlling the quality of every step by new computerized technology to ensure that all CPF feed mills have the same standards. Uses a closed system technology with an evaporative cooling system that controls temperature and humidity for healthy broiler growth at each age and prevents the spread of disease from other fowl and carrier insects. Places the utmost importance on the prevention of disease by zoning farm area and outside exactly. All visitors and vehicles are subject to strict plant entry control. They are not allowed inside. Farm staff and their vehicles must undergo disinfectant spraying before passing into the farm area. The staff and vehicles for which it is necessary to pass through the inner area, the staff must be sprayed, take a shower, shampooed, and dress with farm uniform. The vehicle must undergo disinfection spraying again. These standards are for preventing any outside contaminants or carriers from infecting the broiler. CPF is to bring the most advanced technology of the environmentally closed shed controlled system for the poultry business in Thailand. The computerized system takes care of the whole poultry production process, from the environmental control of temperature and humidity to feed distribution, water level, and even the broiler's weight. The farmer observes and follows up on broiler growth at any time without entering the closed shed. This maximizes his time and makes him more efficient. With this system, a single farmer manages the care of 100,000 broilers. Moreover, the environment around the farm is managed well and kept tidy and beautiful to further avoid carrier insects. Food processing. CPF has processing plants that use the most advanced technology and achieve international standards. CPF broilers, raised with the most modern methods, are brought into the processing plant. Under the hygienic standards of animal security, the animal welfare practices from the European Union. Islamic practices are used for the slaughtering process and pass through electro-stimulation system in accordance with the accepted international standards for releasing muscle stress, keep the chicken meat soft, and to preserve its natural good taste, matured that can now be comparable to naturally matured meat. This is followed by the cleaning process, which is strictly monitored by veterinarians from the Veterinary Public Health Division, and then chilling by air chilling system for better sanitation control to cool down carcasses at a temperature less than 4 degrees Celsius. It also protects freshness and prevents contaminations. After that process, the meat is carved into various parts in the temperature control room, where all surfaces are kept fresh and clean. Further process. The carved meat from the slaughterhouse is in-house warehouse transferred to process in another part of the plant, where it is processed into various types of frying, steaming, and baking. The products are then frozen to a temperature of -18 degrees Celsius by the IQF, or individual quick frozen, to ensure the quality and good taste. Packed in automatic packing system to protect the purity of the products until they reach the consumer. To attain a high degree of trust and respectability among global consumers, CPF has sophisticated and efficient laboratory, plays a vital part towards ensuring the highest production quality from raw materials brought in to the inspection and quality control procedures performed on finished products before export. CPF also has a product research and development institute and pilot project plant, with the team of nutritionists to research and develop various new products that suit customer requirements both in Thailand and internationally. CPF's success is further based on determination to achieve and maintain the highest levels of freshness, hygiene, safety, and contamination control as the working objective. CPF, the standard of hygienic foods that achieve the kitchen of the world.
Det var en lille smule om, og a little bit around how we process our chickens from Thailand.
Okay.
How much do you know about us? Basically nothing, I think.
We check the website.
The website that is a little bit about the products we are doing. The objective of your interview here is that to describe the company or
No, to find out that why you or how you reached to be Gazelle and like specific questions.
specific questions. So,
Yeah.
so for us, it's never a goal to be, like I say,
Okay, so you just
this is something which is related to the yearly reports. If you meet some criteria, it's of course nice to be one, and we are proud of it.
yes.
But it's not an objective itself. We
Okay.
try to run a business where we will have a natural growth and trying to be profitable in the areas we are in. If you are a small company with 2 persons, it's easy to reach very big achievements in turnover and profitability if you're lucky. But it doesn't take a lot. We started out, when we started the company, the first year I think we had 40 million in turnover, but only 2 persons, and made a small profit. And then it has been growing from 40 to over 300 million in these 10 years. Now we are 8 persons. But it doesn't mean that you make money every year.
Yeah.
We are selling in the areas I mentioned to you before, and we have been selling a lot in Sweden, where we sell in Swedish krona. And in 2009, the Swedish krona went from 0.8 to the Danish krona to 0.63. And when you have contracts in Swedish krona, certainly you lose a lot of money. Which is the reason why we didn't get a Gazelle before.
Okay.
Because you had a year where you lost a lot of money, which is hurting you back to back.
Yes, of course.
And the Gazelle is normally small entrepreneurs who start companies. I feel we belong to a big corporation where, whether we are Gazelle or not, it's not
Yes.
an objective itself. It's something which is coming due to the accounting system in Denmark where everything is public,
Yes.
but it has never been a goal. And I feel the big companies like us doesn't really belong into it.
Okay.
It's nice to read, don't misunderstand me,
Yeah.
but you are growing from something which you haven't created yourself. Of course, you have created the market here, but you have some completely different powers behind you as Apple.
Well, you basically are a sales company.
We are a sales and distribution.
Yes. And can we ask that which product has the biggest profit? Which kind?
Do you have a range of products or?
Yeah, but I can't say this group is more than another one.
Okay.
It's not divided in, but you can say it like this, that food service and industry business is more profitable than the retail business.
Okay. And how do you managing the advertisement, the commercials, and like the social media marketing? Does the mother company help you with this?
It's a combination of things. In Sweden, in Finland, we have agents.
Okay.
In Finland, our agent has a good cooperation with an advertising company, and they are doing the advertising for the Finnish market. Of course, approved by us and partly paid by us,
Yes, yes.
but it's very important on the market you are acting in that you have local people involved. So as in Finland, we have made commercial on the sub-televisions,
Yes.
you know, the local channels like
Yes.
TV Syd. Or
Yeah.
there we have had advertising on television.
Okay.
In Denmark, we have been working with TV3,
Yes.
where we have had sponsored programs where we have a small commercial as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's very expensive and it's very, very difficult to see the payback.
Yeah.
We started out with, 2 years ago, we sponsored a program called Tempted, which was in Thailand, and it was running for, I think, 12 weeks. The first 10 weeks we couldn't see anything of our sales figures.
Oh. That's sad.
So it's a very difficult market to enter, and it's very, very expensive. And you have to invest a lot of money to get the benefit. Just being in and out doesn't give you, neither you or your brand, any value.
Okay. And besides the TV, do you have any other?
We have done, we're doing a lot on Facebook, I
Yes.
feel. We have sponsored, for instance, Bolt.
Okay.
We are doing something. We could be better, but it's something we do in-house. But it's very expensive.
You mentioned that you pay part of the commercials in Sweden.
Yeah,
Does the mother company helps you with money or some
it's
commercials?
in principle not. We are responsible for our own bottom line. But if we reach certain targets, we can get discounts
All right.
on our purchasing. But in principle, you have to finance your own business.
Okay. And then you have your own stock here in Denmark from
Yeah.
where you.
Yeah.
It's here in the same city or it's somewhere
It's
else?
on the other side of the highway when you came here.
Mm-hmm.
We have normally about 2,000 tons in stock, which is a lot. So the way the business operates is we buy the products in our own name,
Yes.
we put it into the cold store
Yes.
from the cold store, we then sell it pallet-wise out. So we have trucks every day coming,
Oh,
picking up
yeah.
goods which is delivered to Finland, to Sweden, to Denmark, wherever we have sold.
And the payment is done when you buy the products or after they are sold?
So normally we get a credit time from the mother company, but it's like any other trading, whether it's 60 days or 90 days, then we pay for the products.
So you get a bill.
Every time you have to pay your import duty. And
Do you have any import taxes or something like this?
yes, all products are imported through Germany, through Hamburg in Germany. You pay import duty to the EU,
Yeah.
which is, depending on the product, between 8 and 15%. And then you have to pay for an import license fee, which is again probably 10%. And then when you have it in stock, then you sell it. And our normal payment terms is between 1 week and 30 days.
Okay, and you have this food in boxes, you don't have raw food?
No, we don't do any treatment of the products ourselves.
Okay.
We are selling it as we are importing it. But design of the boxes and packaging in general is made by us here together with the advertising.
For the market.
Yeah, so we do it with the Danish text, and so we live up to the.
And you send it there and they pack it. And send
Yeah,
it.
they
Yeah.
have a film and then they print the bags out there depending on what product they are producing.
And with how many retailers do you have relations? Supermarkets, restaurants, approximately? Okay.
We have totally probably 150 customers.
Or in Denmark.
No,
All over.
all over.
Okay, all over. And in Denmark? I can.
Danish supermarket is one retailer.
Yeah,
Mm.
like the big, yeah.
And we are dealing with the Co-op, we are dealing with Nokia, we are dealing with ABC.
Mhm.
On the retail business, I think we have 4 or 5 in Denmark. And then we have food service customers, so Denmark totally is maybe 30 customers.
Okay.
So all the employees that you have here are on the website. You're only 8 people.
We are very efficient.
Obviously. And all of you have a share of the company.
No,
Or they are employees and you are the...
so we are 3 shareholders on the Danish side. It's me, a guy called Jan Volkast, and Morten Hesselholt.
the directors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 directors.
Right. I saw it on the website.
Yeah.
And well, we have some, Kramer model.
No.
No. Well, we have to make this interview based on a graph.
Yeah.
And we have to find where you are with this company right now. And for each stage, we have to figure out where you are because, yeah, it's much easier. So we got this. How did you enter on the market? You had a previous food
Yes.
company. How did you figure out the need of the products?
This is the market has always been most of the products we are doing, which is not the tight loops, is in principle commodities. That means it's coming from Brazil, it's coming from all over Europe, and it's also coming from Thailand. It's a little bit like pork meat.
Yes.
It's a commodity where you have a price, and then if you can buy cheaper than you can sell, there is a market.
Okay.
So there will always be demand for chicken meat, one way or the other, and it will be in all sectors as long as the consumer feel it's healthy to eat.
Okay. Do you have or how do you test or search the potential customers for advertising? And do you
So when we develop new products, and we have done a lot with the Thai cubes,
Yes.
typically it's meals which already exist one way or the other.
Okay.
We try then and develop it into a Thai cube, whether it's with rice or noodles, where you have a base, where you have chicken, and then you have vegetables and a sauce, and it can be Korean style, Japanese style. We have a lot of Thai style or Indian style as well.
so you don't make a research about this, you just
Try.
try it.
So, like when you take the Thai meals, Danish people go more and more to Thailand on holiday, and they have a good experience, and they like the Thai food.
Okay.
So there is a potential for we develop the meals, we take it to test panel here in the company, we take it to the buyers in the supermarkets. Is this here something you think will be able to serve? If we are lucky, the buyer says, I like it, but it's not the buyer who's representing the whole market, but the buyer from the supermarkets has a huge decision power. If he doesn't like it and say no, it will probably not be launched, even though there might be a market for it. But we don't take it only to one supermarket, we take it to many supermarkets,
Okay.
and there we get a feel. Yeah, this tastes good, and then we try. Sometimes you have success with it, and then it will sell for a long time. You can also be unlucky that it doesn't sell. And we have tried that as well. We launched soups, which has not been very successful. We have launched Panic Rain,
Yeah.
which is also not very successful. But it's the only way you get into the market is by trying, coming in. Sometimes you hit something which is selling a lot, and sometimes you are unlucky.
Yeah.
And you can't guarantee beforehand that this will be successful.
And this was the stage where you had the idea and you start up the business.
So the funny thing is, in our case, the two first meals we launched are the three first: Penang, red curry, and sweet and sour, and then we had a green curry as well. They are, for Penang and red curry and sweet and sour, they are still the best-selling products, even though there has been a lot of products through the process since then, but they are still number one selling.
Okay. So the basics ones, basically.
Strange enough,
Yes.
The
Yes.
basic product.
Yeah.
the first product is still the best-selling product. If you see the history from 2005 until today, in 2005 we were the only one doing it. Today we have a lot of competition, both in the same packaging but also different packagings. Now it's coming in chilled as well, at the chill stage where you have a limited shelf life. So in many supermarkets, if you look for a Penang or red curry, they might have 5 or 6 different suppliers of the same product.
Okay. And can we ask that approximately how long did it take to accomplish this in the beginning, to have enough customers and retailers and so on? So after you started, like how many years? Or?
We started out with Danish supermarkets, and they had exclusivity on the Danish market, but they started conservative listing in Bilka,
Yeah.
which is only 78 stores.
Yes.
Føtex. We started in Føtex and Bilka, and altogether at that time 120 stores or something. But the big consumer is Netto. So it took us 2 years before we got listed in Netto. Netto has 450 stores, so the sales is of course dramatically bigger.
Okay. Good.
So if you are selling products to the public or in the supermarkets, it's getting listings
Yes.
where you have as many shops as possible. That will
Yes.
give you the biggest revenue.
I'll just check for, we have a graph
Yeah.
and you can
Okay.
continue. I just don't
Yeah.
want to be off I'll tell you
Yeah.
what I'll do.
And
Sorry.
sorry. Do you have or did you have any problem in the company? It means maybe communication between the managers or between the employees, or maybe some problem with the supermarkets, for example Netto, or does it work somehow like if they're gonna order a big amount of stock and they don't sell it, then you have to
Normally,
take
the
it back?
supermarkets don't want to keep stock.
Yes.
Okay.
So the supermarkets will not give you a contract for amount of meals,
Yes.
but they will say, we will list you and we expect to sell 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 units per month,
Yes.
or maybe more, and we want you to keep the stock and we will pick up from your warehouse, or you have to deliver to us
Yes.
2 times a week.
Okay.
So we take all the risk.
And do you have a contract with the delivery company, or do you have
we
your own
use,
trucks?
No, we use a trucking company called HP Terkelsen,
Mhm.
which is driving all our goods to Denmark, Sweden, and Finland.
Okay.
For other destinations, we take in other transportation companies. And then we have our own small delivery truck, which is driving to food service customers in Denmark.
Okay.
In between these 10 years so far, did you have any crisis? And I mean not the 2009 crisis, but any
Every day,
every day is a crisis.
there is always problems. Nothing is going straight forward. It can be delivery problems, it can be a truck which is breaking down so the customer doesn't get the products.
Mhm.
We can have delays from our factories in Thailand, so the products is not coming in on time.
Yes.
We have ships which is delayed.
And how you can handle these problems? I mean, do you delegate the tasks to the employees and they can
Everybody
solve-
has a responsibility area,
Mhm.
and normally if people cannot solve the problems, they come to me,
All right.
Okay.
and then we have to find a solution one way or the other.
And that's where we are going. So first was the stage of startup.
Yes.
Then usually this is a graph provided by the school.
Yeah.
And that
Yes.
they say that first you'll experience a leadership crisis where the director, but you are more, want to do everything and they will not leave responsibility to other persons.
But it's I think we are no different than this, but
Of course.
as the company is growing, we have taken more and more people in, and I think over time you learn you can't do everything, you can't check everything, and
Yeah.
that's why you get more and more employees, and you of course also expect your employees to be able to cope with the task, or at least if they can't cope, come and tell you. The worst part is if you just put the problem into the drawer, because then a small problem is a big problem.
Okay. So can you say that you work with trust
A lot,
a lot?
every
Okay.
day.
But you didn't have any problems with the employees.
The internal communication between
I
you
don't
and
feel,
the.
I don't feel so.
Okay.
I
You-
feel
you
it's,
probably had a smooth go through.
that is always, we have also had people who is not here anymore for various reasons, because they don't want to, or because we think they are not doing enough. But in principle, the daily work is based on trust.
All right.
Okay. And
You can, so you can say you have a relatively strict environment, but if everyone does,
I don't think it's strict. I think it's very.
okay.
The history of people who is working here is that they are here for a long time. So we don't have a huge turnover on employees.
so most of them are from the beginning.
Yeah, from when they were employed.
Mhm. And how often do you have meetings with your employees?
We eat lunch every day. So it's when big things happening, we call everybody in and then explain about what it is. It can be launch of new products, if there's changes in the organization in Thailand, or
Okay.
anything which is more than just chit chat. We take a talk about it, and then there's good things and bad things. If we have problems, which we never have with a specific area,
Okay.
we tackle it directly.
Okay. Well, we have in this stage we have like simple question. Like, do the employees know why the company is that successful?
Yeah, but they follow. We are very small,
Yes, yes,
and
it's obvious.
success is 365 days.
Yes.
It's not one day to another. So all the good moments we share if we get a good contract or get listed in a new supermarket. And we measure ourselves on the volume we are doing and the turnover.
Okay.
And we follow that every month, or half the month. Where are we now? Will we reach our goal or will we not reach our goal?
Okay.
And here it's a crisis of autonomy, but obviously you don't have that here because people know what to do. You just explain that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just we'll go further.
No, but I think it's a small company. You will always know what is happening, and we try to be open-minded about everything.
But the problem can come when the director, for example, wants to do everything, and it's an open question.
Yeah.
When someone has to take a decision about, I don't know,
Yeah.
does the decision has to go through your office?
In principle.
Principle.
That you give freedom to your employees.
It's if it is purchase of things, then it will always come through me or one of the other directors. If it is ordering transport or taking decisions on the day-to-day business, they can do. Whether I transport somewhere costs 100 or 150 kroner, they should be able to do it.
So trust them.
If we have to repack products or put labels on products, they can decide.
All right.
And everything is related to an order. For instance, grease, we have to put grease text on the boxes, which is not there from the beginning. So we put a sticker on, and we ask the cold store to do it. And this, Peter and Pauline, they can tell them to do it.
Okay.
You mentioned that the environment is not strict here, and you mean like, for example, is it like flexible if somebody would like to work from home for a day because they have something else to do, can they do it, or they have to be here every day, or
In principle, they have to be here every day, because if you are not here, you can't sit and take orders, print orders, and order transport from home, and then get the paperwork to to match up.
Yeah.
But people can be sick or take a day off and then give the job to another person. So it is working.
Alright.
So it's, you can say it's strict in one way, but again, if you're sick or need to do something, you can always do it, but somebody else has to take over.
Okay.
It's the same with the holiday season. Two persons cannot take some holiday on the same if they're covering the same area. They have to coordinate their holidays, so that the company is running all the time.
No, but that could be difficult, no? No? Okay.
So we'll say your company is very scheduled.
We need to be here because we have orders going out every day, and people have to do it, order, transport, tell the cold store products has to go out to which customers. And we are 2 or 3 or 4 who can do all the jobs, so you have to coordinate. So the 2 girls, which is doing transport, invoicing, importing, no problem taking 3 weeks holidays, but they cannot do it at the same time.
Okay.
How do you,
If there's problems, maybe 1 week overlapping where I then can take over.
and how do you communicate between the company? Like it's friendly, hi.
No, it's friendly.
Okay.
It's relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah.
Not talking up or down to people at all.
Probably have Christmas parties together.
Yes. Summer parties.
And I just have a question in my mind. It's
Yes,
not in
no,
here.
sure.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
That's good.
My responsibility is sales to the. We have 2 sales areas. We have the supermarkets, the retail business. Morten, my colleague, is taking care of. Then we have the food service and the industry. That is my area. So I am responsible for the sales. All problems there is with the company is also my responsibility.
So you have to go and talk with them.
Whatever is coming up. But I have been here from the beginning. So many things I think is natural. I know from the backbone. I have tried the ups and downs. So when things go down, not to go in panic, because you know it's coming up again eventually. So it should give a more long-term view on where the company is going.
Okay.
So I'm negotiating salaries, I'm doing whatever.
Everything.
Or at least I know how it's done.
How do you control the relation with the mother company? But so there is,
We have one who is sitting in Thailand all the time,
Okay.
who is looking after our purchasing contracts, that they are manufactured on time, shipped on time, negotiating prices with the factories that now we need prices down or up, never up, but negotiating the prices and keep communicating with the management in Thailand. It's very important for us, but also for them to know what is happening in the market. Where is the company going? Are we losing money or are we making a profit? And also why we are losing money or why we are making a profit and where we do it. And then everybody wants to see growth all the time. and turnover, since we are dealing in commodities, important for us here is that our volume, the number of metric tons we are selling every year, is increasing because prices can go up and down.
Yeah.
So you can, in principle, do more business but have a lower turnover,
Alright.
depending on where the prices are.
so you're negotiating the price for the
For the chicken we are buying, we have probably, I don't know, 50, 60 different items we are buying.
So you're negotiating the price with.
Mother company.
And is this one person who has
There's many persons.
many persons?
Yeah.
But you said that you have one person in Thailand who are.
Yeah, he's sent out from us.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah. So
So is-
he is on our salary list,
Mhm.
but we have an office at the mother company, but he's only taking care of our interest.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And how you innovate the products, or the mother company does these innovations?
It's in combination.
It's a combination.
Combination.
Okay.
Uh,
So you can order your own spices.
we can
and dates.
anything we want, we can do in
Okay.
principle.
Do you have any innovation inside the company with improving the atmosphere of the company, or something, not having the daily routine every day, do
We
something.
have a big room in here where we have pool table. But we never use it, but it's there. We try to keep a good atmosphere in the company all the time and tell people when they do a very good thing, which is important. And also helping people to take responsibility about what they're doing.
So now you're at stage 4,
Yes.
and now you might have a crisis of let's call it red tape, but it doesn't make any sense. Where people get in this monotony work every day, and they might experience bureaucracy, but as you're a small company, that you don't have to like that.
The way we feel this is that since we are growing all the time, the burdens is getting bigger on each employees, because when you do 5,000 tons or 10,000 tons, it's a hell of a lot more work to do. If you invoice for 100 million or 300 million, it's not the invoice is getting bigger, it's getting more.
Mhm.
So when the burden is getting too big, then we try and hire one more.
Alright, and let's say usually the business goes like this.
Yeah.
You are here and you need someone more. You
Yeah.
get it, and then the business goes down. Do you fire people?
We have not done it until now.
And
So it's,
You have a responsible growth, let's say.
yeah, but it's, it will never fall so much, I believe, unless we are really sleeping, and then you can blame the management. Normally, even though you have crisis when the business is going down, but it's always coming up again. So we haven't fired anybody because the business has gone down.
And didn't you feel the need to hire more people, or extend the result? And
I want the growth to come from inside.
okay.
So when people feel they have too much to do, then they will come and tell.
Okay.
And then we will try and find somebody. We are of course also aware that the burden is getting bigger as we are growing.
And how you motivate your employees? Do they have some trainings?
No.
No. Okay.
Good atmosphere in the company is the main motivation. And I think they see it themselves, that when things are going well, it's fun to be here.
Okay.
And
I
things are
hope-
not going well.
Of course it's more stressful,
Um,
but it's not, responsibility is coming back to the sales. So if our sales is going bad, it's can only blame myself.
Alright, so you take responsibility for.
I have to.
You have to.
Well,
You covered.
yeah.
Do you have any problem in the company right now? It could be anything with employees, communication, building.
On the employee side, I think we are very welcome. I think the people that are happy to be here, they feel they have a responsible job every day to do.
Yeah.
We basically never have any sickness in the company. People
That's
that
very
seems
nice.
to come, and it's not because you can't be sick, but we don't see people come there.
That's very nice.
It must also be that they like to be here.
Also, if you say you can sit, you just have to
And
come.
we don't have any talking in the corners that he's an idiot or he's an idiot. We are so small, there's not space for it. We don't have it. We don't have it.
Yeah.
But all your employees know the direction that the company is going to. And they don't have much, I mean, that might sound
Just
strange.
spit it out.
The direction that they are having, it's something that you gave them, and it's very specific because they don't deal with sales, and they just process orders.
Yeah, but it's still processing orders is also involving a lot of other people. So we get the orders from Finland, from Sweden, from Denmark. They will call them, is this okay if there is a change? Maybe we are out of stock, or maybe we want to deliver a different day. Maybe they order 20 cartons where they should order 80 cartons. So they have outside communication a lot as well. So the network is like a big family, so it's not like they are restricted from talking to anybody. I expect them to call if there is
Okay.
things which is not according to our standards. And our standards are very limited. So we say minimum 1 pallet per delivery. And if people they want less, then they will call and say, okay, it's 30 cartons, but you have to pay 2 kroner more because transportation is more expensive. They also take credit insurance on new customers, which is very important for us that we get the money the other way again.
Of course.
And if we can't get the credit insurance, or the credit insurance is running to the maximum, they will tell them, you have to pay these and these bills first before we can deliver the next ones.
Does it happen often?
It happens.
It happens. Okay.
And you're still growing now,
We hope so.
and you have a continuous growth. I know up and down, but
our plan is to continue growing. Both growing on the markets we are in today, but also growing on new markets. But we face a lot of limitations, restrictions from the EU. All the products we are importing is coming in on import licenses.
Okay.
These licenses, I don't have enough. To give you an example, is the type cubes we are doing with the meat content we have in our cubes. The total import to EU is 3,200 tons per year. For all of EU,
Okay.
I sell more than 3,200 tons.
Oh.
And I can't get all the import licenses. So we face a lot of restrictions in this area.
and how do this license thing work?
It's an application to the Ministry of Agriculture, which you do in all EU countries at specific dates. And in principle, in EU licensed companies, there is approximately 3,000 totally. Each company can apply for 10% in principle of the quota, whether it's 10,000 tons. It's different from product to product.
Okay.
And then the quantity applied will then be divided out to the companies. So very often we get maybe 1% of an application. So if I want to import 2,000 tons of cooked chicken, I maybe get 20 tons.
Oh.
So I have to find 1,980 tons by the other application companies. And typically I'm buying the import license. So I pay them maybe 1 krone per kilo. Then I get the right to import. But this is cheaper than paying food duty. And this is the way. So a lot of my time is going to find the import license just to run the business.
Alright.
What do you think? What is the strength of the company against
Strengths-
the competitors?
Strength of the company is that CPF has full traceability. That means we own the whole chain. We own the feed mills, we own the farms, we own the slaughterhouse, we own the processing. This is a closed system which almost nobody else has. So we know when an animal is sick, we know what we are doing against it, we know how it's slaughtered and processed, how it's packed. So the whole chain is closed.
Okay. We found some of your competitors, but I'm not sure that are they the right. And for example, Vita Food. Yeah, Vita Food. No. Okay. Asian Food Import. Or can you mention some of them?
You have Gaia or A-Frost.
Okay. No, I didn't have them.
There's, depending on what market you are in, if you are looking for the Thai cubes,
Okay.
there's Gaia, used to be called A-Frost, and you have a company called CM Foods, who is the import. And we also know the manufacturers in Thailand. It's a company called Thai Union or JM Foods, if it is coming from Thailand.
Okay.
I think the other ones you are mentioning, they are importing maybe sauces, but it's Thai thing, but it's not as a competitor to us.
Yes, they have a lot of or like Asian food, like all types.
Yeah, but it's maybe dry food.
Yes, yes.
It's different from
Yes,
from
it is.
chicken.
I just try to find those companies who has products here in Denmark and they are
Asian with it.
yes.
So we have competition for the more common meat. We have probably 7-8 competitors from Denmark. We have a lot of competitors from Germany and Holland
Okay.
who's trying to sell into the Danish, Swedish or Finnish market.
Those are the best.
That is where we have the toughest competition. And that is from Thailand, but you also have chicken meat from Brazil. In principle, like I said to you in the beginning, commodity. A chicken breast is a chicken breast.
Yes.
Okay.
And a tricky question that can you tell some weaknesses what you have?
So
What you see that you can still improve?
we can always be more efficient, but it's difficult to see where.
Yeah.
We could have a better sales network.
network? I mean, with the retailers or with.
Yeah, there's a lot of retailers where we don't sell to.
Okay.
Whether there is a weakness or not, I don't know, but it's opportunity as well.
Yes. Yes.
But did you try to go there and sell?
Yeah, but it's
You don't have space.
it's always space and price, and when you in the retail shops, if they take a new product in, they have to take something out, and that is very difficult to get more products in
Yes.
the same category because you take more space.
Yes.
It's even though you have the best idea in the world, if they don't believe in it, what should they take out?
Yes. Yes. I know.
Are you planning to expand the market, or would you like to focus on the?
We will expand on all the markets we are in. We would also like to be more innovative, try and come with new food products. We will always be in the food industry,
Yes.
but it
Sure.
could be meal kits. We could maybe change from frozen to more chilled.
Mm.
We might enter the sandwich market. There is a lot of new opportunities which is not explored yet to the fullest. We could go into shrimp or batter fish, which is again a new market. The setup is the same, the way the product's coming in and how it's going out. But it could add a lot of value.
You think you get sandwiches from Thailand as well?
It could be the chicken could come from here and the bread from here. We could import the sauce and the meat and then make the ready meals here. There's many opportunities to do things differently.
But you have this in your mind to maybe invest in a production unit.
Not directly at the moment. And not by ourselves. We are too small. But who knows, maybe CP will invest somewhere.
Can I ask that? What do you do with the food which you cannot sell, and the
We
retailers
can
send it back?
always, they don't send back.
They don't send back.
No. So we are selling frozen food, and normally we have a shelf life from production until it's best before date.
Yeah.
It's 18 months.
18 months.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot.
And we deliver to the supermarkets 2 times every week. So if they find something in the back of the shelf, they are problem.
Okay.
In the near future, would you like to go to Italy or for another new market, or would you like to focus on the?
We have to focus on what we have. CP has offices. We are covering Scandinavia, but they have offices in Germany, in Belgium, UK, France, Italy,
Yeah.
Spain, Turkey. They have an integrated system.
Okay.
So they are not only in Scandinavia, but they are covering all of Europe. So it's difficult. The Eastern Bloc countries
Yes.
is still a virgin territory, but economy is not very good.
Yes.
And we are maybe on the consumer side, on the high end.
All right.
So it's not so easy to
No.
enter as you would like to. There's a lot of people, but
Yes.
we have to be realistic. We are selling ready meals. It's not a gourmet dinner or anything.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. But you managed to maintain this position and still.
Grow.
Yeah.
That is our feeling. And we are maintaining our positions, and we are also building new clients on all the time.
How do you keep your customers? First, you keep them.
There's 2 things. Quality has to be okay, and you have to sell it at a reasonable price. The worst thing happening for us is being out of stock or too expensive. if you're out of stock, you force your customer to buy somewhere else.
Yes.
High quality is very good to have, but you will not pay a lot more for it.
Mhm.
So it's a balance all the time.
I have no more questions.
Well, that was my last question as well, actually.
So what are you going to do when you finish school? Start yourself?
Try to.
What's our plan?
Yeah.
In what area?
Actually, the food industry also.
What kind of thing?
Well, besides this class and this project, what we have to do with you,
Yeah.
we have a project to stop raising food waste.
Food waste.
Yes, here in Denmark, because I don't know that you know or not, but Denmark is at the first place in Europe who are wasting a lot of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we would like to stop or decrease this percentage.
How?
Well,
Oh, is there money in it? This is a driving factor.
yes, yes.
It is.
Yes. Well, we have a lot of ideas,
Yeah.
but first of all, that we would like to collect all this food which is nearby expression
Yeah.
from the supermarkets, because they are just throwing out, and as is the same with the restaurants. And we would like to collect them and teach people how they can cook efficiently still from this food, and teach them that how they should shopping also, and have a mobile application and website where you can find this possibility from the supermarkets where you can buy. And I'm not talking about the steel goods, that I'm talking really those products which is very nearby the expiration and where you can buy them. Yes.
But some supermarkets don't want to keep them out because they create competition by that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And nobody, in principle, wants to have expired goods.
Yes.
Actually, it's bad management,
Yes.
and there is a loser always.
When you were in Thailand,
Yeah.
did you eat insects?
Well, I have tried, yeah,
What?
but they are fried.
Yes.
Ants?
I haven't
Worms?
tried ants. It's not kakerlaka, but it's
The yellow worm?
no, it's like a larger insect, which is deep fried. I have tried it, but it's not something I'm
You would like
especially going for.
Okay. Just a question.
Yeah.
I was trying to do this, but it's illegal in most of Europe to sell
Insects.
food made out of insects.
Of course, you don't know diseases.
If you grow them in a controlled environment, then
It's difficult with a chicken.
yeah.
It is very difficult.
so
Is that enough for you to get around it? Project with the gazelle.
yeah, I think so.
So the most important for you is to understand how the system is working.
Yes.
That
But you explained us.
most probably we will not be a gazelle next year.
Okay, so you don't expect that.
I don't think so. As we are still profitable, but we go 4 years back.
Yes.
And what is your average profit? I don't know what they will highlight next year. But it's very difficult to continue growing.
You had a really big growth last year.
Then last year was very big, and the year before was also very big. We have been 2 years in a row.
Yes.
We hope you're going to
Let's
succeed.
see. Let's see. We like to be without the public eye. We want the products to be known, but for us to be hidden.
Yes, because we will write a report, and in this report we have to make suggestions to you that how you should improve the management system or what we found like weaknesses to help you to still be in the Gazette. That's why we asked many questions.
It's 2014 is already gone,
Yes,
so it is history.
yes, exactly.
But you don't have many people to coordinate and
We are very, I think we are very efficient per employee. I think it's very easy in trading. Buying cheaper or sell more expensive. That is where you will be more profitable.
Yes,
But we have outside factors as currency. Not that we are speculating, but they are moving, and that has a huge influence on where you make the money.
And at one point, would you like to stop growing and keep?
But you cannot.
Yeah, because
If you stop, I think you are dying slowly.
yeah,
But instead of growing so rapidly as we have, we would like to have a growth which is between 10 and 20%.
instead of going like this, having constant
yes.
slow growth.
Huge, maybe 50% growth is hurting a lot.
So I think you're at phase 5.
I don't know what phase 5 is.
Well, you have, according to
In
our
theory.
teachers,
Yeah.
in theory, you are growing and you will get a crisis of growth. Well, you couldn't grow anymore.
So we have to diversify more.
Yeah, that's the solution, or find collaborations with someone.
yes,
Yeah. And since we are coming from a background where we own everything, I think it will also for us either we should buy somebody or find a different way.
yes.
That's,
And by buying somebody is not our story.
All right.
that's phase 6, when
Yeah.
when rebirth and get another.
No, but I think we can diversify more. Go into now we're only doing chicken, but since CP is producing fish and shrimps,
Yeah, I
it
see.
would be a natural. We can utilize in the same channels as well.
Definitely phase 5.
And didn't you feel the need to order pork as well, like pigs? Because I saw on the mother company's website that they have more.
Yeah, but it's again technical. In Thailand, they have foot and mouth disease,
Yes.
so we cannot import
Okay.
pork from
All right.
Thailand.
Okay. Okay.
You have plenty.
So
You have so much.
yeah,
Yes,
in
of course,
Iceland,
but
this is EU regulation, and another thing is prices. I think the pork meat generally is more expensive in Thailand than it is in Denmark. So
can I ask something which is not really
Yeah.
related? You mentioned that you have some business in Hungary as well. And we came from Hungary, and suddenly our teacher planned our study trip to
Yeah.
Budapest.
Yeah.
And do you have an office there?
no,
No.
we are trying to work with a company called Medeco.
Okay,
I don't know whether you know them.
not really.
They have office in Budapest.
Yes.
He's doing a lot of pork trading, and if you want to talk to him, his name is Sultan.
We have to plan the study trip. find people to talk with there as well.
They have a guy down there called Christian. Zoltan Kane, Zoltan.
Sorry, can you?
Zoltan Kali is his name.
Okay, can I see just for a second?
Yeah. It's like the details.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know him already?
No, it's more familiar, the name.
No.
I'm sorry. Can I write his
Yeah.
email address?
Yeah.
You can take his telephone number.
Okay, good. And we can speak Hungarian.
You can speak Hungarian with him and you can say you have been here.
Yes. Okay.
But they are doing business in Hungary. He's doing mostly pork trade, I think.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm ready.
Yes. He can help you. They have an office in Budapest as well.
That's what we are searching for.
Yep.
Some food companies in Hungary also.
And he knows. I hadn't known him for a long time.
Okay.
A little bit of help.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. If we would have any further question, can we
You
email
can
you?
always email me or call me. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much
Thanks for
your
coming and thanks for the interest.
And if we'll find something that will help your company, we will send
Please,
Yeah, there is-
any suggestions?